Well, I'm back and I'm devastated to tell you the truth, but more about that in a few moments, so keep watching. If you're not familiar with me, I'm Brian James. It's my Path to Paphos channel, and I'm a new immigrant into Cyprus as of April 2025 on an Irish and British passport, dual national, and I've come across here for a new life and I'm thoroughly enjoying the life here. But I've just been back to the UK for a month, and if you watch any of the previous videos, which you can see on this channel, it hasn't been the most fun time. I've had a wonderful time seeing family, wonderful time seeing friends, a wonderful time seeing the dogs. I've really missed the dogs. But the overall trip was a bit dour. And it was made me realise just what I'm enjoying out here in Cyprus. Now, the moment out here, it's getting on towards winter. It's the last day of November today, 30th of November, 1st of December tomorrow, so it's certainly into winter. And as you'll have seen from the opening things, it's a bit windy. The sea's quite rough, but for the 1st of December, it's 22 degrees. It's great. In the UK, when I was over there, it was below freezing on a couple of the nights. I think last night when I went outside, it was about 19 degrees or something like that. It's 22 degrees according to the car here. And as I say, this is the last day of November 2025. So I can't complain. I'm here. And I've come home. I have an honest feeling about coming home. It's something I've never really experienced before, because when I left the Northeast, when I left Newcastle, or Wallsend, and joined the Air Force, well, you never really leave home when you're in the Air Force as such. It's always your home to go back to. So I had that. Then, of course, I was still in the Air Force when I met Sue, and I settled down in Cumbria. And I've been living in Cumbria for 38 years, but for some reason, whenever I referred to home, I was always referring to the Northeast. I never actually left that notion that the Northeast was my home out of my head. Although I enjoyed living in Cumbria, and obviously most of my current family live in Cumbria, because my side of the family is pretty much either gone or they're living away from the area. Apart from that, Cumbria has been my home, but I've never called it home. And this is the first place apart from the Northeast I've ever called home. I've been referring all the time for the last 4 weeks about I'm going to be going home soon, going home. And I feel today that I've got here, that I have come home. I do feel at home. I feel comfortable, I feel welcomed, I feel at ease. And that's an important thing for me. Well, I did feel comfortable and at ease until a couple of hours ago. And first of all, I did a video yesterday on the plane, and a lovely lady called Leslie facilitated a lot of the filming for me. She was sitting beside the window seat and did some fantastic footage for me. And she was holding the camera and I was manoeuvring it around with my Osmo Pocket 3. If you haven't seen the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, it's a brilliant bit of kit. And she was doing that, and I was looking at my iPad screen and directed on there, because you can obviously remote control it on the iPad, which was wonderful to do. So she was acting as a tripod effectively at the window, and I was controlling on there, and many, many thanks to Leslie for doing that. However, you're not going to see that footage ever, because somewhere between the plane and my house, I've lost my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I'm devastated over it. It's the camera doing most of my videos on. It has been such a wonderful bit of kit. I'm still using my Action 4. This has been done on the Action 4 now. But I'm going to be looking into the insurance, see if maybe I can get something from a lost item on it. But absolutely devastated. And what makes it worse is, if you've been watching my sister's channel, her Dottie's Adventures channel, and you'll see it on the screen here, Dottie's Adventures, where you can find her channel. When we met up in Haltwhistle, when she was in her mega camp and I was in a caravan, when she got back down home again, she'd lost there's a fancy sort of rigid case which the camera goes into, which also holds your microphone on. And that had disappeared. She'd lost it somewhere, and I really felt for her, because it's an integral part of using the camera to keep it safe in your pocket. So of course I have to go one better, and I've lost the camera, the case, and my microphone with it, the little DJI Mic 2. It's about £600 worth, so it's going to take a little bit of replacing. But more than that, it's the fact that I don't have it. I've got this camera which is fabulous, but this one's got a very, very wide field of view, and it's a little bit distortion. It sort of makes your face look thin. Maybe I should use this more often. Makes your face look very thin, but it is a slight distortion on that. This one is an action camera, you know, but it's. So I'm going to have to try and get myself another DJI Pocket 3. That's going to cripple me on that one. As I say, hopefully I might be able to get insurance, but I don't think so, because I don't think my travel insurance covers that. Now that I'm a resident here, it changes the goalpost somewhat. I'm going to look into it. But they're about £650 for the combo, so I'm going to have to buy another one. I do need another one. However, hey-ho, I'm actually more upset about losing the footage, because I had some really good footage to bring in. As I say, Leslie was, as we come in on approach, with a straight in approach as well, which is not the usual way we come in, but it was very, very good. Anyway, enough about the whinging on that. Lots of people have asked me on the channel before about what the temperature's like out of the summer months. You know, is it worth coming? Is it really worth going to Cyprus? I'm gonna be ruined. And I saw an awful lot of complaints last year that holidays were ruined because, you know, it was cold and wet. Well, like anywhere, it has a climate. You know, we can't expect places not to have a climate. But as I say, in the UK, throughout the whole of November, it started off quite mild. It was about 16, 18 degrees during the day at times, which was very, very mild for November, but wet and bleak. Well, at the minute, it's about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. On the 30th of November, you can see there, and you've seen the footage already. Lovely sun, about 22 degrees over here, very, very comfortable. I've got a fleece on because it's windy rather than because it's cold. It's just to stop that sort of chill that you get from there. But I could quite happily be out just in my t-shirt if it wasn't for the actual wind element. And I've just been for something to eat, and I sat there without the fleece on. It was nice, it was comfortable, just a t-shirt. So if you are thinking about coming to Cyprus, please consider it. We have had a few storms here. My wife was out last week when there were some storms, and you quite often get the water flooding down the road. It's quite a sight to see, but it goes so quickly. It really does go so quickly, and it's not an uncomfortable thing. The rain, if it is raining over here, it's still a warm rain. So if you are considering coming across to Cyprus, please don't put it off. Don't put it off. You'll find you need to be coming to the west coast primarily, or into Limassol or Larnaca. If you can do the Ayia Napa bit, that's closed. Ayia Napa and Pratar is just about closed down in the winter. My son was over here a fortnight ago, and he took a day trip across in the car, and I think he was quite surprised how quiet it was. We've been during March time when it's been quiet at the end of the end of the holidays before, so he had that to reference against, but he was amazed how quiet it was in comparison to that. Paphos at the moment. Paphos is still quite a vibrant place. It's nowhere near what it is in the summer. Obviously in the summer it really is an action-packed place. But even in the winter you can go for some wonderful walks along the beaches here. You've got a nice moderate climate. There is lots to see still over here as well, and there's a lot of people over here still. So if you do want to come across to Cyprus, my idea, come to Paphos. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. But apart from that, it's just a nice place to be compared to the UK at the moment. As I say, I came across from the UK. The temperature was, well, it had been in minus figures for a couple of nights before I left. But it had been quite wet. So yes, apologies not getting you the film footage. But never mind. I shall be replacing the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's been an absolutely wonderful piece of kit. It is so versatile. The only bad part of it is it's not weatherproofed. So, you know, if it does get wet and rainy and things, then I'll be switching to the Action 4, which you've seen on previous videos. You can actually take underwater with you. So I'm going to finish this video there. Nice to be back. Nice to see all my friends over here again once again. And I'm going to leave you with some shots of the sea, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.